Dependent origination of consciousness. Now, though one's eye be intact, yet if the external forms do not fall within the field of vision, and no corresponding conjunction takes place, in that case, there occurs no formation of the corresponding aspect of consciousness. Or though one's eye be intact and the external forms fall within the field of vision, yet if no corresponding conjunction takes place, in that case also there occurs no formation of the corresponding aspect of consciousness. If, however, one's eye is intact and the external forms fall within the field of vision and the corresponding conjunction takes place, in that case there arises a corresponding aspect of consciousness. Hence I say the arising of consciousness is dependent upon conditions, and without these conditions no consciousness arises, and upon whatsoever conditions the arising of consciousness is dependent, after these it is called consciousness, whose arising depends on the eye and forms. It's called eye consciousness. Consciousness whose arising depends on the ear and sound is called ear consciousness. Consciousness whose arising depends on the olfactory organ and odors is called nose consciousness. Consciousness whose arising depends on the tongue and taste is called tongue consciousness. Consciousness whose arising depends on the body and bodily contacts is called body consciousness. Consciousness whose arising depends on the mind and ideas is called mind consciousness. Whatsoever there is of corporeality in the consciousness thus arisen that belongs to the group of corporeality, there is of feeling, bodily ease, pain, joy, sadness, or different feeling belongs to the group of feeling. Whatsoever there is of perception, visual objects, sounds, odors, tastes, bodily impressions are mind objects belonging to the group of perception. Whatsoever there are of mental formations, impression, volition, etc., belong to the group of mental formations. Whatsoever there is of consciousness therein belongs to the group of consciousnesses. And it is impossible that anyone can explain the passing out of one existence and entering into a new existence, are the growth, increase, and development of consciousness, independent of corporeality, feeling, perception, and mental formations. And if you become aware of the spiritual existence, there's parts of that awareness that you can't bring into this consciousness, right? So consciousness isn't primary in itself, which is a difficult one to deal with, right? But it's a step along the way.